Please welcome Mr. Jack Ma.
Well, I thought it's afternoon, and Richard said good evening. Good evening. Well, it's my great honor, Chancellor, Minister, and Dr. Katui, and the students and professors. I've been expecting this day to come to Africa for a long, long time. And this is my first day. And this day inspired me a lot. And I had high expectation before I came to Africa. But even that, the result for a whole day today is better than I expected. And especially when I'm a very lucky person. In the past 18 years, in my apartment, I talked to 18 young people like me that we want to build up a company using internet to help doing business easier, to using internet to support every small business, support every young people, every woman, that if they have a dream, if they have some ideas, we will enable them to make their dream true and sell their products all over the world. That was year 1999 in my apartment. Well, very few people believe that, but we made it happen in only 18 years. I'm a very, very lucky person. And people say, have you ever learned business before? Have you done business before? Have you learned MBAs? No, I have never learned any knowledge about how to do business. I never got even one day of training of computer. I still even to today, I don't know how computer works. A lot of people challenge me, how can you run such a big e-commerce company without knowing anything about the knowledge, without anything about the financing and marketing? And I say, this is because I know people. I know what people want. I know what people don't want. And this is critical. Where I learned that, I learned my experience of working with people when I was a student in the university. I was not a good student. That's why I really don't like a lot of good students. I'm always like among the 10 or 15, never got the number 1, number 2 in my class from primary school to university. I failed 3 times for the universities. And finally, I got into the university. I still tell myself I should spend more time. Not try to be the number 1, but try to be the number 1 person that can help and work with people. I was elected as the chairman of the Students' Union of my university, and later become the chairman of the Students' Union of whole our city. Our city has over 100,000 students, and I was the chairman of that university, of that union. My job is to work with the people, listen to the students, do what I can do. This I learned how to work with people, because at that time we don't have any money. All right? The only thing you want to win the respect is by supporting other people. And when I graduated, I learned a lot from my job, my first job. I was trained to be a high school teacher. And because I was supposed to be one of the best students in the school, so I was assigned to teach in university for 6 years. And I know one of the secrets of being a good teacher is always to finish class 5 minutes earlier. No matter how wonderful you teach, if you have 5 more minutes teaching, students don't like you. If you finish earlier, efficient, and teach the students and share with the students how to learn instead of putting all the knowledge in their mind, writing all the things on blackboard, you will never be popular. I was selected as one of the best teachers in the university. But the one thing I learned from teachers later become a CEO is that a good teacher always expects his students to do better than him. The teacher wants his students be good. I want this student be a banker, that be a mayor, that be a scientist. You don't want your students, this one bankrupted, that one in jail. You always expect your students to be better. This is what I learned when I become an entrepreneur. I always want to hire the good people who are smarter than I am, and always making sure that they are better than I am. They always hope that they're better than expected. And if you want them better, training them, disciplining them, supporting them. So I learned a lot. The thing I learned most is being a teacher. So I call myself CEO's Chief Education Officer of the company. So in my life, I'm telling people my age. I'm 53. In my past years, I'm always a good student. Keep on learning. You don't have to be the best, but you have to know who is better than you are and work with him. And always be a good teacher. A good teacher is share the knowledge and expect the other people better than you are. So these are the qualities that I learned and to be a CEO. So go back to this campus is always what I want. I remember 1994, the day when I decided to leave this college, go to do a business. My president said, why you want to go do something that called internet? There's no internet in China at that time. And why you want to? Because I said, President, I've been elected as the best teachers for university for 3 years. Everything I told my students are the things I learned from books. So if I go and build up something and then go back, I can be a better teacher. This is my original thinking. I never thought I would be rich. I asked my wife when I started my business, I say, do you want your husband to be a rich person or to be a person that be respected? She said, you will never be rich. She's right, because nobody thought, my parents never thought I would be rich. Because I don't have a gene of being rich. So even to today, because it's true, my schoolmates, my classmates, my teachers, my parents, nobody thought I would be rich. This guy been failed for so many times. How can you be rich? I never thought I would be rich. Even to today, people say, Jack, you are one of the richest people in China, in the world. I think this is not my money. I think, to me, it's just to think I'm living in a dream. When you have a 1 million, that's your money. When you have a 20 million, that's the problem. You have to think about the valuation. Where should I put the money? Invest in real estate or buy stocks or invest in VC. Most of them, they were gone. When you have more than $1 billion, that's the money belong to the society. And people in the society trust that you can spend the money better than government. So they give you the money and do better. So I thought I have the responsibility to spend the money better, more efficient. This is what I did. So my wife said, be a person that can be respected, not be a person that be rich. And this is all I want to do. And I'm sharing a lot of ideas with young people. How can you be successful? And how not to fail. And the third, how can be respected. I'm not that person respect. A lot of people in China don't like me because they say I destroy their business. I never destroy anybody's business. Normally people destroy themselves. If you want to be successful, you should have a high EQ. You know, IQ, EQ, and there's another called LQ, the Q of love. If you want to be successful, you must have a high EQ because a person with a high EQ knows how to work with the people, how to understand the people, how to support the people. And if you do not want to fail, normally a lot of people get rich quickly and losing money quickly because they don't have IQ. IQ